Hey folks, you should be able to see us and hear us now. With any luck, you cannot smell us. That's the thing.
Very
Tonight we got
good.
something a little special. Bill is running us through a sword and wizardry adventure of his own creation called Dude, Where's My Sword? And we have a special guest tonight. You may know him as the famed Nestor Nettles, back for a engagement with us tonight.
Yay.
So, Bill, I'll let you take over, and you
Okay.
can take it from here.
Well, hey everybody. I am Bill. I am your evil overlord for the evening. This is Swords and Wizardry. It's a clone of original D&D, and pretty similar to BX that we usually play on Fridays. Although, as Bert pointed out, really is more in common with first edition, but it's all old school. Um, this is a this is an adventure I wrote that takes place in the town of Cat's Cradle in the Lost Lands, which is the Frog God Games campaign setting. Um, I had everybody roll up first level characters. We'll get to introductions for that in a minute. One thing that I like to do is I like to give up cards from the deck of dirty tricks before the game. These cards only last for this session. You can play them at any time. And of course, if you have any questions, let me know. You can use them for yourself, or you can let other people use them. So let me go ahead and give those out. Uh, that one would not apply. Okay. Bert, your card today is time dilation. With this, you get 2 full rounds of action in 1 round.
Ooh.
And you can play that at any time. You can give that to somebody else. So there's that. Let's see. Now it doesn't matter if you don't need for a week. All right.
Is that snorted dust of speed?
It is.
Something like that. It might be today. Tell you
It says crack trademark on the vial.
By the way,
He's
guys,
peppy powder.
you can change the name on the party list. Underneath that list, there's the thing that icon looks like a pencil. You just change your name there, nickname.
Okay. Richard, your card today is Blink of the Dice Demons. With this, you get the highest possible dice roll automatically. So it's automatically a nat 20. You can use that for an attack roll, a damage roll, anything.
Okay.
Dion, your card today is Time Enough for Counting When the Dealing's Done. With this card, you get to roll 2 dice and pick the result. It's sort of like having advantage in 5th edition. So there's that.
And that's like a one-time thing?
Yes.
Okay, one-time advantage.
And reminder, these cards go away at the end of the session. You don't get to carry them over to next session.
Okay.
Okay, this is an interesting one. Jameis, your card today is if you have to ask, you'll never know. If you know, you need only ask. With this, the GM must answer one yes or no question truthfully. So you can ask me one yes or no question about the game, and I have to tell you the answer.
It'd be much more interesting if it didn't say you had to do it truthfully.
Yeah. And let's see.
Will we survive?
Okay. And this is interesting. I was hoping we'd pull this card. Adam, your card today is Game Master Fiat. Okay. This is the card that gives you a one-time use of limited wish. So you're welcome to use that at any point.
Excellent.
Most of this game works like BX. If I ask you to do a strength check, you just roll against your strength. You want to get your strength or less. One notable difference is that there is only one saving throw. So I won't ask you to make a saving throw against spells or against potions or whatever. There's one saving throw, and it works the same way saving throws do in BX or first edition. Any other questions?
Did you want us to roll hit points or max at first level? How did you want to do it?
Max at first level.
Yeah, I had rolled a 1, so I'm happy to hear that.
I have not given my
And are you
character any
using-
stuff.
Ascending or descending armor class?
I usually like to use ascending armor class.
So that means we start at 10 and then the pluses to stuff up it.
Yes.
Yeah, so what
Okay.
you roll is what you hit.
Okay.
Okay. So this is similar to the intro I sent you. Your group finds, well, first off, the town of Cat's Cradle is it's a town of about 5,000, give or take a little bit. Its main trade is alchemical. There's a lot of alchemical. There's some mines around. There are alchemists all over the place. There's an alchemist college. No one ever gets sick in Cat's Cradle. Kind of weird. Nobody's sick. You can get injured and hurt, but you're not going to get like a cold or anything like that. Your group finds itself at a place called the Calabos Inn. It's a popular destination for visiting the Gold District of Cat's Cradle. The inn is quite old, several hundred years, dating from the founding of the town, almost 700 years ago. Various artifacts from all over and all areas of the town are displayed. There's a banner purporting to be from the time of the original Baron Orshal. There's part of a statue from about 400 or 500 years ago. There's a curious looking sword that's older than anything else here that looks like it was forged a week ago. It's run by a human named Seal and his brother Danilos. Perfect place for a celebration. You've spent the last couple of months working in the lab of Austin Shale Warren, a once brilliant alchemist gnome who's been kind of eccentric in the last year or two. She's one of the kindest souls you'll ever hope to meet. She's agreed to finance the party, so all the drinks are on her. Your companion Galdar, a paladin, has received word from the Church of Camulos to travel to the town of Zelkor's Ferry to meet up with a group of adventurers going to investigate strange goings-on in that town. He's elected to celebrate with all of you, his friends. Let's just have everyone introduce their character real quick. Art, who are you playing today?
I am playing Phileas, the Ranger.
Okay. And anything about your character you'd like us to know, that's fine.
He doesn't support demi-human rights. He'd rather kill them all. And he really hates civilization and believes they're a plague on this whole earth and would like to raze them to the ground. But he likes their beer, so they get a pass for now.
Nice. Okay.
He really likes their beer.
That works. And Richard, who are you playing today?
Hi there. I am playing Paxton the Paladin. I am, you will have noticed, pretty dumb and not particularly charismatic. But hey, that's just the way the dice roll. It's all good.
Okay. And Dion, who are you playing this evening?
Tonight I am playing Lady Pearl. She is a human fighter. She enjoys a good glass of wine and crushing watermelons in front of her prospective partners to assert dominance.
Okay. I like it. Jameis, who are you playing tonight?
And a Nidef Ekad. He is a dwarven thief.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And Adam, who are you playing tonight?
I am playing Brother Johann Hordelson, also an acolyte, a novitiate of the same order, and not terribly good at following his clerical vows, but trying his best.
Okay. Okay. So Austin Shale, gathers all of you here. She makes this big flowery speech about how she's never found a greater group of employees or friends, albeit temporary ones. You have enabled her to stay afloat while she develops her various formulas and potions. She's really adamant about this, this one thing she's working on, that she just needs a few more ingredients to work right, and that'll make it for her. She brought over this very expensive bottle of dwarven spirits and pours everyone a drink, and raises a toast to you and insists that everyone take a drink.
I don't wait for the insistence.
Okay. So you do so. Anything you wanted to do around the inn before, before anything else happens? You're just kind of sitting around drinking, having a good time.
How crowded is it?
It's fairly crowded.
I will curmudgeonly take my alcohol and sit near the fire and growl at anyone that comes too close. I have a charisma 7.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. And it goes over about as well as you would imagine.
Yeah, I think I'm the pretty one in this party.
Yep, he's the pretty one.
I like to think that he's actually a beautiful man. I'm just a dick.
Probably both. All right, so the night goes on. Everything gets more hilarious as the night goes on, and after a while, things kind of just get lost in this weird haze. You don't know. You're not really conscious. You find yourself doing and saying things that you might ordinarily not. And the night gets real murky until you wake up.
We call this Tuesday.
Yes, you wake up. You're not sure what time of day it is. There's light coming in. You're not sure where you are. Everything is disorderly, but luxurious at the same time. There's still smoke coming from the fireplace. It looks like one of the couches laying around was set on fire several hours ago and then not put out right away. Let's see.
I probably did that.
Let's see.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Let me see who wakes up first.
If it's light, then it's early.
Lady Pearl, you are the first to wake up.
Yeah.
Why don't you roll a d8 for me?
Okay. Bop. That is gonna be a 6. 6.
Okay. You I don't know, you notice something is just kind of weird, and you go to brush your hair and you notice that your skin is completely blue.
What the hell? Like, is there like a mirror anywhere that I can check
Yeah.
myself in?
Yeah, there's part of a mirror.
Yeah.
You don't know what happened to the other part, but there's part. You look in the mirror, and yeah, your skin is entirely blue.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let out a screech. Just flat out like screech, probably waking everyone else up in the process.
Jameis, you are the next person to wake up. Why don't you roll a d8 for me?
It's an 8.
Okay. You wake up and you hear this clucking, and you sort of look down. You're kind of sitting on the broken remains of a recliner, and you're holding a live chicken that's looking up at you with these puppy dog eyes.
Breakfast is served.
And it's very affectionate. Keeps rubbing its head on you like a cat. And it's acting kind of weird for a chicken. I don't know that much about chickens, but I'm guessing they don't normally act like that.
Oh no, they do.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Next, Adam, we're gonna have you wake up next. Go ahead and roll a d8 for me.
8.
Okay. You don't notice anything right away.
Lady Pearl, what happened to you? Brother Tobias once blew himself, but I haven't seen it in quite some time.
Well, I don't know. I just woke up and I'm blue. I don't remember. I mean, last night was crazy. I was doing body shots off the bar. Someone lit a couch on fire. Pretty sure I like knocked someone out once or twice, but nothing about being turned blue.
Dion, when you look at Brother Johann,
Mm.
you notice that he has this very elaborate tattoo on his forehead.
I kind of point at him.
And it
And
says, "Eat me."
I show him the mirror. I like pick up the piece of the mirror to show him.
Oh no, not again.
Again.
And that just leaves Paxton. You are the last person to wake up. Go ahead and roll a d8 for me, please, sir.
I will be using physical dice.
Yeah, if
I
you
have
wish.
rolled a 5.
Okay. You wake up and you notice right away that you have no pants on.
Ah, one of those days. Okay.
And you look around, you can't find them anywhere.
Well, first of all, I'll check to make sure they're not invisible. Had that problem before. Invisible pants.
No, they're not invisible.
Oh,
And that
well.
might be something that happens with an alchemist. Yeah, you might end up with invisible pants, but not this time.
Oh. Well, this is going to be a day.
You do notice that your friend Galdar is not anywhere around.
I was just about to ask about Galda. But he's not there. Okay.
He might have taken off, but you seem to remember hanging out with him and leaving the bar, although you don't know what you don't remember anything from the time you decided to leave the bar. It's like, hey, let's leave the bar. And then you woke up.
And this is why society must burn.
We're not in the bar now?
No. You have no idea where you are.
I should double check. When you say I'm pantsless, you mean the American version of pants, as in trousers, the outer covering, and not pants as in underwear.
Correct.
Right.
Well,
good.
this is olden times, so there's no.
I mean, there's no guarantee I'm wearing underwear either.
That's really up to you. If you want to go commando, that's fine with us. Yeah. I mean, well, fine with me. It might not be with the rest of your friends, but.
I think I come from an order that demands underwear.
No. Okay. Okay. What are you doing? You're in this room?
Well. I see we had a good night. Anyone remember?
What is the last thing that
Anything?
you remember?
The last thing that you remember, I don't know, roll a d20 for me, Bert.
A D20. All right. 17.
The last thing you seem to remember that when you were getting ready to leave the bar, you wanted to head down to this place called Nifton's Knickknacks. It's a little curio shop in the old city that has a sort of questionable reputation. They get interesting items from time to time. And you wanted to go see what they had. So and you were like, hey, let's go to Nifton's Knickknacks. And you all went to leave the bar and then you woke up. So that's the last thing you remember.
Okay. I will tell everyone that. Remember the knick-knack place? The one with the questionable things?
So then maybe something happened there?
Jameis, you know that Nifton's Knickknacks is basically Nifton is the fence for the Thieves Guild. Like if you have high dollar, high value items that you need to get rid of, he's the guy you go to.
I'm not going to tell them that. But I take it this doesn't look like Nifton's and Knickknacks because I would have been there before.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to get up. First, we'll check to see if I've still got my daggers and stuff on me. I'm holding Matilda under one arm.
Okay.
And if there's a door, I'm going to try and go to the door and have a look.
Yeah, there's a door. There's what looks like a big closet. There's a hallway with a couple of doors in it on the other side of the room. So
basically, if it looks like a front door or something, I'm looking out.
You don't see a front door from where you are.
This is like a main door out of the room. Does it seem like we're going to main
Yeah,
door?
maybe the big door on the one side that might have.
Okay, I'm going to go check the big door then.
Okay. Let's see here.
Yes, I'm still the one going for doors.
Okay. Well, you open the door, and it's a big, fancy bedroom. I mean, this thing is really fancy and really lavish, and satin sheets. It's got a canopy on the bed. There's, golden and silver tubs with water in them. There's, a fully stocked bar. And there's a really, really nice looking horse in like full dress armor, just kind of hanging out.
I'm just going to stand there looking for him and go, huh. So someone else. Stunned.
Are we missing anything other than the pantsless Paxton?
The pantsless Paxton, no, other than Galdar, your buddy that was hanging out with you, and he wasn't going to leave for a day or two, but you assumed he would want to kind of sleep off his debauchery from the night before, although he's just nowhere to be found.
Is there a ye old calendar around that we can figure out what day it is?
You don't know. There's not.
Well, I guess I'll be searching this room and then the next room with the horse in it for my pants to check they're not, I didn't sleep on them as a pillow or anything.
No.
I'm just gonna find something to eat. I will look at the chicken.
The like I said, there's a closet in the room. There's a hallway with some doors in it.
If we haven't opened the closet yet, I'll open the closet.
Okay. Make a roll against your dex.
No bueno.
Okay. So you get, let's see, not going to do very much damage to you on this. Okay. You are knocked over because it looks like what's happened is that someone has stuffed 10, 15 giant bats in this closet. And I mean, they had to like push and shove to get these things. So they just kind of explode outward when you open the closet door and knock you over. You take a point of damage by hitting your head on the thing, and they fly throughout everything. The horse gets spooked and basically makes a horse-shaped hole in the wall and jumps out through the window, taking some of the wall with him.
Freedom! I follow the horse.
Well, as this happens, this little gnome comes running in. It's Awesome Shelly, your employer, the gnome alchemist, and she's just frantic, like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! There's a fire! Fire in the lab! We have to stop it now! We have to stop it now! If we don't stop it, it's going to spread to the town. People will die. I'll be ruined. Come on, you please help."
So
I've seen it, yeah. We like it, so yeah.
is there a nearby water source?
Yeah, the house is right next to the river.
Is there a bucket?
Yeah, you can scramble around and find a bucket. You have to sort of go by the lab on the way out, and you can see that it's this big flaming mass, and she seems particularly worried because there's this interesting pile of this stone she seems very concerned about. She's like, help!
If there is a horse watering trough, I will go to that and start getting water from it.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, so bucket and trough, yeah.
When you said bats, did you mean like the animal, or did you mean like the sports equipment?
No, I mean like the animal.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. I will pick up a stuffed bat then and run to the fire, and I will like get its wings and use them to blow on the fire to try and help put it out.
It doesn't want to go with you. It's not a stuffed bat. Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were dead. Oh,
No.
okay. Well, that changes things.
They're still flying all around the room, just really angry.
Oh,
yeah.
Well,
what's on fire such that we can take death out?
Well, several things in the. It seems to be one lab, some stuff she was working on. Some of the chemicals caught fire, and she's kind of, doing like this, and says, "Look, that stone over there, that's going to explode if the fire reaches it, and that's bad on so many levels."
All right, is it a big pile of stones, or how big are the stones?
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty big. You probably it would have taken a. You don't remember it because this is the lab, the alchemy lab, and you've been doing work for her for a while, so you've been in this room, and you don't remember seeing this big pile of stone before. And even as a dwarf, you don't recognize it. Yeah, you have no idea what it is.
I'm going to go run back to the bedroom to pull up whatever bedding I might be able to use to smother some flames.
Okay. Phineas, you go outside. There's a big horse trough there, and it's full at this point. What are you guys going to do?
Yeah, I'm take the water and head in and try and douse some fire.
Okay, it's
I would have
moving.
missed the whole thing about the stones, so
It's going slowly. The part of the roof has caught on fire, and you know, she Austin Shalley says something along the lines of like, "Oh no, I don't want the baronial disaster brigade to show up. That would not be good. I don't need them to see this." The baronial disaster brigade is they're like volunteer firemen. They don't just deal with fires, but in a place where they do lots of alchemy experiments, there's going to be things like this that happen.
I
So
would
she's
have
worried.
thought
She's worried about themselves.
there's no firefighting equipment in the lab. Like there's not even a bucket of sand or something, which would have been fairly common even at the time.
There's a bucket of sand, but not. I mean, it's very poorly ventilated. That she's let some stuff go lately, and part of it's that kind of stuff. So, yeah, you Phineas, you're able to dump a trough full of water on it. I assume you go out to get more in the
Yeah,
in the
just
river
keep doing
outside?
that until someone tells me that they need something else done.
Yeah.
Is
I'm doing
the
that with the bucket.
is the pile of stones too much to sort of shift onto the bedding and kind of use the bedding as a like a tarp and try to pull the stones out?
Yeah, well, it's a large pile. Like you would have had to put it
Okay.
in a wagon. You wouldn't have been able to carry it. If you look on the map here, I will just if you see the token that I just put on the map, it's in the Alchemist's Alley section.
All right, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that little building that's right above that's where you are. So right outside is the river that runs through the town. Okay. So you're piling the stones on to try and pull them out.
How small is the smallest stone?
I mean, it's probably about the size of a book. They're all about that size, yeah.
Is our gnomish employer with us still?
Yeah, but she's pretty useless. She's just running around screaming.
Oh, it's a pile of stones. That bathtub. There was a bathtub in the bedroom. Did you say?
No, there were several like basins just for washing. There wasn't a bathtub in there.
Okay. Oh,
yeah. She says bathtub. Yes, there's one over here. She has a bathroom.
I pick up the smallest stone and I ask, how big an explosion will the smallest one make? Could we blow out the fire? Throw one stone in the corner of the room?
Oh, but I don't know. That'll catch everything on fire. Plus, they'll know.
Oh.
They'll know if you do that. They can't know we have this.
Oh. Yes, of course. I'm gonna go ahead and tuck that one stone in my satchel and just try to get everything else on the bedding that I can and start pulling it out as much as I can.
Okay. So, what are Lady Pearl and Paxton doing?
I'm still doing the bucket brigade with the river. I mean, maybe helping Phineas with the trough. Maybe like 2 people carrying it's a little faster. Dunk it in. I realize that versus the bucket is better.
Okay.
Pick up the whole trough.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, both of us just dip it in and yeet.
And what are you doing, Paxton?
Well, the immediate problem is obviously the bats, so I am going to be trying to catch them. And given that the bedding has all been stolen, I guess I'm trying to do it barehanded. So I'm just jumping up and down trying to catch the bats as they fly past. I don't want them to escape and have anybody get rabies or anything. So yeah.
Well, they're clearing out. They don't. much like this place. You fight with a few of them, and you're able to avoid being scratched. At one point, the gnome alchemist kind of stops and says, "Why are you not wearing pants?"
I have no answers for you at this point. Do you have my pants?
I don't have your. Why would I have your pants? I mean, I like you, but not like that.
Well, I don't know. Somebody took my pants.
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, they're here. Shit. 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 And she just runs out the. And she just kind of jumps out the hole that the horse made in the bedroom and runs away. You see a group of people wheeling one of those old timey like pumps that they use to stick one end in the river and another end to put out the fire. And they come in and start using that to put out the fire, and they have it out pretty quick. What are you guys gonna do when they show up?
Well, I will go and tell the others. Hey, so our employer just jumped out the window and ran away. I think they do that. I know. That's how I lose more employers.
Did I manage to, in the chaos of running back and forth, hear about like how they can't find the rocks? They like, oh, they can't know we have these and all that, or would I have missed that?
I don't know, high or low.
Always high.
All right. So yeah, go ahead and roll a D100. I'll let you roll this.
D100. That's just 2D10, I guess.
There's 100 at the bottom, underneath the D4.
Oh, is there? Oh, well, there it is. Oh, it just rolled 2D10s anyways. Well, they were both high. I got a 61 and a 99.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, you did hear. You did hear that. You did hear that when you were running back and forth.
Okay. Then I'm gonna. Is that like bed sheet that Adam was using? That brother Johann Hordelson was using?
Yeah, he's probably still got it there.
I'm just gonna be like, "May I, brother?" And just take it gently from him and put it over the rocks.
Okay. So they get done, and one of the guys, they're wearing these like weird little uniforms, and one of the guys comes over to you guys standing around and goes, "Okay, who's in charge here?"
Point out the broken window.
This is Austin Shelley's place, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Where's she?
Broken window.
She must have had an immediate appointment elsewhere.
It looks like what made that big hole in the wall?
A horse.
Or a
horse.
dragon. I mean,
Horse.
look, there was fire. There's a hole. You know, I mean, I'm not knowledgeable about these things, but it's obviously a dragon.
Yeah, we had a long night of chaos. We woke up, the place was on fire. We tried to put it out.
We've heard a lot of reports of things that occurred all over the city last night.
What do you mean?
Oh man. Well, there was why don't you roll a D20, Dion?
Oh no. This is 17.
Okay. They're like, well, for one thing, there was a group of people who they went to the old city, and you know the dogs, of course. That's a big sort of ruined building where it's basically a colony of stray dogs. They all kind of live in one place. Well, somebody took a bunch of cats and dumped them into dogs, causing chaos all through the district. And in the confusion, somebody went into Nifton's knickknacks and stole something very valuable. Nifton wouldn't say what it was, but he was very he was very upset, very adamant that there were some very important people looking for this.
Well, did he say who did it?
They have no idea. There were people all over the place. There were I mean, random people running around just causing chaos. It was bizarre.
Start patting myself down and seeing if I've got anything that shouldn't be on me.
You don't find anything. Like there was this guy, I think he was I don't know, a knight or a cleric of Camulos that and they start describing someone, and they're describing your friend Galdar, although they don't know him by name. They're like they evidently he went in and had words with Nifton, and he was very interested to talk to Galdar and didn't look happy.
Well, what was stolen? I mean, the more eyes looking for it, the better, right? Did they got some kind of reward posted?
They wouldn't tell us.
No
Wouldn't
reward
tell us.
then.
It was something very, very valuable and magical, I believe. If you go for that sort of thing.
Interesting. Well, we will keep our ears open and see if we hear anything.
So what are you guys doing here?
We don't know.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I
do
was hired
work for her.
to clean up after the party. That's right.
Oh.
Cleaning up.
Did you notice
Makes
that
sense.
she's blue?
Yeah.
Did you notice?
Blue.
You gotta watch. There's some weird people around here, and I didn't want to say anything because it's hey, to each his or her own. But
I gotta do some backtracking and have a nice adult conversation with who turned me blue. So, I mean, we don't want to waste your time. Thank you for helping us put the fire out. But I got someone who needs some splaining.
okay, well, if you run across this Galdar, tell him to come to the Baronial Disaster Brigade just across the river here. We will have some questions for
Well,
you.
hold on. You
Absolutely.
said a lot of odd things went on last night. So, and I just kind of, wave around the room. Is this the weirdest thing you've seen this morning?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, not at all. There was, and he kind of looks around a little bit and says, I hear somebody stole the Baron's horse.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what happened, but
Well, somebody sold Paxton's pants.
Yes, I was going to ask about that. Have you heard any exciting rumors about this most splendid pair of pants ever? Golden light coming out of them.
They were
and just
nice
gleamed
pants.
with the sun.
I remember.
I have not. I'm sorry.
Do you have a spare pair of pants in the disaster relief
Um,
fund?
We've probably got some. He turns around. Hey, Bob, you got any spare uniforms with you there? And they carry some in case somebody gets burned or.
Oh, no. I
going.
couldn't possibly accept a uniform. I don't want to pass myself off as somebody who works for the.
Oh no, it's just
the fine
pants.
workers.
I mean,
No.
my God, man, you've got to wear pants.
Yes.
No, it's
Yes.
fine.
He
I will go
prefers
without.
pastels, if he hasn't mentioned.
Yeah.
I will go without pants.
Any
Don't
kind of
worry.
enormous trouser would be
Yeah.
really appreciated.
More pockets, the better.
Say, come to think of it, there's some interesting. He kind of looks there. Let's see. Adam, roll a d6 for me. So he says, come to think of it, somebody painted some very rude, lewd things on the side of our baronial disaster brigade. And he's looking at Lady Pearl there and goes, and it was in blue.
And it must have been the same person who painted me blue. I'll punch him twice.
Maybe none of you should leave town.
Oh, absolutely not. I plan to figure out who did this.
We're going to do some more investigating, but there's some things that aren't adding up here. So,
By the way, someone anti-stole a chicken. So, got that.
It's a very friendly chicken, though. They seem lovely.
Okay. Friendly chicken. All right, then. Well, look, we're going to go. The guy looks around. There's some other guys looking around things, and one of them lifts up the little blanket that you guys threw over the stones. He goes, hey, check this out. And they call some people over, and they're like, okay. All right. I need everyone's names, and I'm going to need you to come down.
I'm sorry, officer. Do you have a warrant to look under that top there?
What's this warrant you speak of?
I don't know. I've heard it mentioned somewhere.
It's a long, sharp thing with the point at the end.
Oh, maybe.
Wait, why would we have to come with you? We don't live here.
There was a let's see here. Let me get this right here. Okay. Just down notes. Okay, where the? No, that's not there. Okay, so there was a theft from Academy Sales in the Gold District. They sell lots of the chemical supplies. There was a large bunch of stone that was taken from there last night by a group of 6 ruffians, and it was a big load of stone, and evidently this stone is explosive, and that's the stone.
Oh my goodness.
Well, how do you know it's the stone? I mean, don't we need to make it explode to know for sure?
He runs over and looks at it, and he picks up a stone and he shows you there's like a little stamp on it, Academy Sales.
The price tag.
Yeah.
So the ruffians broke in here and deposited their stolen goods here as
while stealing my pants at the same time.
a frame up.
And
Looks like they
painted you blue.
They must have blown a hole in the wall over there. That's probably how that got there.
It's all coming
Wait
together.
a minute. He kind of like just. This is just too much bizarre for one moment. I'm going to need to talk to all of you later.
But wait, you said this wasn't the most bizarre thing you've seen today. Why aren't you talking to them?
I need to you just stay here. I'll be back. And he and his friends leave and take the stuff back over to the baronial disaster brigade. He just looked like he got flustered because there was so much weird going on at once. He just couldn't handle it.
I think we should also go in maybe the opposite direction.
Yeah, I have to find out who turned me blue.
We should probably find out where our friend Galdar went to. Might be in some trouble.
Well, last we heard, he was at the nifty place.
Hmm.
Perhaps we should go there.
You, Lady Pearl, you notice that what sort of weapon do you carry?
I carry a spear.
Okay. You, just as is kind of your habit when you're, getting ready to go somewhere, you check your weapons just to make sure. And you notice that there's a spear in there that is just, it's way, way nicer than anything you have.
Already, like in my pack.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it's etched with all kinds of runes, and
Oh.
you kind of when you pick it up and look at it, you kind of get the impression that it's humming.
Hey guys. Anyone want to take a look at this? It might be like magical or something. I don't remember having this last night. I
You
kind
guys
of
don't have
showed
a
it to
magic
everyone.
user in the party, do you?
No,
Okay.
we have a paladin, a cleric, and a ranger.
What about the?
Powers combined.
Do we have somebody who might have fenced a stolen good sometime in their long illustrious career?
Boy, I sure hope not.
I don't know if I'd recognise that sort of thing. We're all only level 1 so far. So.
What you would know by looking at it is it's got all the earmarks of this is something just super, super valuable. It's a magic item the likes of which is rarely seen. You've heard about them, just you might have learned how to recognize these things. You don't know what it is or what it does, but you know that it's of a quality that is not normal.
I'm going to keep it hidden because I'm remembering talks about a powerful magical item being stolen. And with our luck today, I'm just gonna put this back and keep it covered up and wrapped up in like a cloth. And I have my regular spear though, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then we're good. I'm fine. I'm happy. But maybe that spear, maybe someone's missing it, and I can return it for a reward.
I try to find the largest gnomish sock I can find, and so we can put it over top of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll look like a golf club.
Yeah, you rode around for a little bit. This alchemist lady has become very untidy lately, but you're able to root around in her clothing and find some, sure. What are you guys gonna do now?
Well, I had an idea. Not particularly good, but can I go over to Lady Pearl? Can I touch you?
Touch me?
Touch you? Yes.
I mean, we've been traveling together for a little
No,
bit.
not
And
like
it's
that.
really
I
sudden
mean-
that. Oh. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so lick my hand, and then try and rub the blue off to see if it actually is paint or not.
It doesn't.
Whether it's
off.
yeah, but is it like paint, or is there a layer on the skin, or is it the skin itself that has changed color?
It looks like the skin itself has changed color.
Ah,
There's only one
not
way to
you.
find this out, and I go into the closet and I shut the door and I check in my pants.
Ah.
Do I have a blue waffle?
Yes,
I scream.
everything is blue.
I come back out after redoing my armor up, and I'm just like, I'm not punching him. I'm gonna kill him.
Everything Smurfy?
Everything's Smurfy. I'm blue. Dabba dee, dabba die. A dabba dee, dabba die. A dabba dee, dabba die.
Take it.
Well, at least we know it wasn't you who painted the blue things on the side of the relief thing.
Would never do
Because
something
you're not
so
painted.
juvenile.
That's a good point.
Okay.
Now, let's find my pants. And I stride purposely out into the street.
Okay. You go outside, and like I said, there's the lab is kind of out in the there's not a whole lot right around it. You can see the Baronial Disaster Brigade ahead, and you can see they're just loading this thing in. You can also see there's a big blue dick on the side of the building. Like someone has just drawn it in blue paint, and it's very detailed.
Oh, they even got the vein on the side.
Yep.
Well, I'm not wearing my pants, so I look in my underwear and check against the against the dick that is there. See if
Everything
it's an
was-
artistic representation.
It's not an artistic. As much as you would like it to be, it's not.
Oh, does that mean it's not me, or that I had a model posing for?
Well, you don't think it was modeled after you. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, I know, but does that exonerate me from the crime, or does that mean I had a
No.
model that I was painting from?
It doesn't
Can-
exonerate you.
Can everybody check? Can we check it's not one of us?
I-
I'm sure
Okay.
it's not me.
Paxton, I'm not looking down your pants. I think
Not
your
mine.
assessment
Look
is...
at yourself. Assess whether this is you. Does it have that slight bend to the left that you always remember? No, I don't know.
There's...
Wow.
I can tell it's
Look.
not me. They'd have to use a second building.
Oh. All right.
Oh.
All right. Let's see here. Who hasn't rolled yet? Jameis, go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Okay. Where's my 20? Here it is. 6.
Okay. Okay. There are some guys sort of walking by. There's a small group of people sort of skulking through the trees, and they see you. No, hey, what's going on? What's going on, guys? Oh my God. Hey, I just wanted to say thank you. I appreciate it, really. Like, I was stuck in there and I did not like it. I want you guys to know I was framed anyway. So, I appreciate your help. You haven't
Glad to
seen
help.
any
Always killing
constables,
us.
have you?
What was that?
You haven't seen the constabulary around, have you?
Is that the firefighter people that we
No,
just
that's-
saw?
It's the cops, guards.
Oh no, not at all. Not yet. We just woke up. What'd we do last night? Like I was so
Oh.
fucked up.
Shit, you guys were wasted, man.
I was so gone.
It was awesome. Yeah, you guys came over. I was being wrongfully held
Of course.
in the tower. And
Right.
what you guys know, the tower is a place in the Cat's Keep section of town where they put basically like a holding place for criminals, and they have a large wing of it that is just for nobles that are being accused of crimes. They're basically like big luxury apartments. And then there's the other part that this guy was in.
Oh, I was hoping he'd be rich.
And they're like, yeah, you guys came in there last night and we're just like, woohoo, fight the power and let everybody go, man. It was awesome. It was awesome.
That sounds about right. Okay, yeah, I
Hey,
believe that.
Was
Hey,
she
where's
blue
your
at
gu-
that point?
I'm sorry?
Was she blue at that point?
No, she was not. So what happened to you? Oh my god, that's so crazy!
Yeah, if you hear of anybody that turned me blue, tell them to come find me so I can kill them.
I don't know anything about it. There's that crazy wizard that shows up every once in a while, but
Crazy wizard.
other than that, like, I'd stay away from him, man. He's nuts.
Yeah, I ain't scared of no crazy wizard.
Where's the last time he's been seen?
Gosh, now I was incarcerated for about a week. Might have been a couple of weeks before that, at least that I know of. I've been kind of hiding out since last night.
Yeah, does he have a favorite haunt or watering hole or wizard tower?
No, that's the thing about him. He's just crazy. Like, people don't see him for months sometimes, and then he'll just show up and like shoot fireballs off everywhere. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Hey, is your friend okay? You guys had that paladin friend of yours that kept talking about how he was getting ready to leave town. He had I guess he hurt his hand or something, and it was bleeding real bad. Is he all right?
Haven't seen him.
Oh man, yeah, that guy was pretty wasted too.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, we're gonna take off here. You guys take it easy, and you didn't see us.
Never knew ya. What
And
was your name again?
Shh.
Shh. That's the point. That's the point.
Exactly. All right, see you guys later. And he and his friends, his two friends, sort of skulk off. So you know that you broke into the tower last night and freed all the prisoners there.
Allegedly.
There's someone who looked like us.
Allegedly. I wasn't blue, so it couldn't have been me. I'm blue. So
I checked both of my hands. Neither of them are injured?
Nope.
No, I'm not the paladin they were describing.
Maybe we should go see if there's any blood trails near the keep.
Well, you don't bleed a lot from hands, do you?
Well, one way to find out. Do you have a knife?
I do.
In my pants pocket.
Have a dagger.
Going first.
Okay, so where are you guys going?
I think we should go to the knick-knack place still.
Yeah,
Okay.
see if we can get
Yeah.
direct word of what happened there.
Okay.
Find out whether the paladin was injured at that point as well.
So let's see. That is in, where's that? That's in the old city. So
I'm just going to put the chicken down and let her run around out here with this probably stuffed eaten on the ground rather than take her through the entire city.
okay, so you'll
At least the chicken.
really he follows you or she follows you.
I won't choke the chicken.
It's an invasive species that you just unleashed upon the ecosystem. It's not going to sustain.
Wait a minute. I get down, it's like my head is just inches from the chicken, and I'll ask the chicken, scratch the ground 3 times if you understand me.
She kind of looks around and scratches 3 times.
Okay, that could have been a fluke. Scratch the ground twice with your other foot.
She looks up at Native and smiles and scratches 2 times with her other foot.
Oh my. Okay, so this is one of our companions. It's just obviously been transformed into this chicken. This succulent chicken.
Are you saying that one of us is actually a chicken turned into one of us?
No. One of our friends that are missing.
There's
Or
only
our
the
missing
one
friend.
There's only one friend.
There's
Yeah.
only the one friend.
If
No.
Well, I
if
can't
it's-
help it if you guys don't have a lot of friends. I mean, I've got.
Yeah.
No, I don't have more than one.
Galdar, if that's you, can you peck Phineas?
He just kind of she just kind of gives you this look like, really? And doesn't peck Phineas.
I think it's a girl chicken. You
Yeah.
can tell because it doesn't have the gizzard. So
I thought the gizzard was on the inside.
Yeah.
it's
It's
we
a
all
comb.
have gizzards
Look at the
on
comb.
the inside. Okay.
It's got a big, beautiful comb. It's male.
No, it's a girl. It's a girl. Okay.
Who's our lady friends that are missing? I mean the
It's
the
a
scientist left.
magic has turned someone into a chicken. I mean, it's not exactly a stretch to think that they could also change their sex.
Oh, that's evil.
Wait a minute. If you're just a chicken that's very smart, will you scratch twice with your other leg again?
When you
If
say other
chickens
leg.
could sigh, this one would sigh, and then she scratches twice.
Oh,
See,
it's
just a
random
smart chicken.
Smart chicken.
This chicken is now my familiar. I will wear the chicken. Let's go.
Okay, so you travel through. I'm assuming you're going to travel through the Gold District. Well, that would be the quickest route to the
Yeah.
old city. And pretty uneventful going.
Paxton
through
ever
the-
get pants?
No.
This could
Paxton
a
will be
not-
asking everybody, hey, have you seen my most splendid pants everywhere?
Where's his pants? Where's
Exactly.
your pants, dude?
Yeah, you don't know where his pants are.
Well, we'll find them as we go along.
So you travel along by the wall and you go into the old city. You're traveling towards. Let me see exactly where Nipton's knickknacks is. Because I have a map that tells me. Okay. Well, you kind of go through here. The Nifton's knickknacks is somewhere right in here, and you
Can you ping that again for me?
it's right here.
Just to the left of Cat's Keep.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Okay. And let's see if someone is watching if someone is watching, if we get any bits tonight, let me know because I'm not watching the chat. Yeah. Why don't you make a surprise roll for me, Phineas? I believe you only get surprised on a 1.
On a 1, yep.
Surprise!
Actually, you need a D6. Right?
And you rolled a 1, didn't you? No, that was not you.
No, I rolled a D20, though. You need a
Ah,
D6.
okay. Yeah, roll a D6.
There you go. 3. I'm good.
Okay. So you are not surprised when all around you, as you're walking through a particularly narrow street, there springs up like 15 guys. And Nadaf, you recognize a lot of them as being ranking members of the Thieves Guild. And they're kind of like, she wants to talk to you.
Who's
Do we
she?
take the road to just us?
Yeah, and you know, it's that the head of the Thieves Guild in this city is a human woman that goes by the name She. They just say She. So you know that's who they're talking about. And evidently she wants to talk to you guys.
Yeah, you as in you lot, or you as in just me?
Oh, all of you.
Okay, well, that's right.
Does she know
Well.
who turned me blue?
Well, I
We'll
don't
have to
know.
go ask her.
You'd have to ask her, but there's not going to be any trouble here, is there?
I
There's
hope
50
not.
There's 3 more of them in there. There's 3 times as many of them as there are.
Okay, good. So they lead you through some alleys. They lead you into a building, an area that looks pretty run down on the outside, but it's real lavish and I mean, lavish in almost a tacky way when you go in. And they lead you to this sort of impromptu throne room or whatever. There's a big chair and there's a youngish woman, not too terribly young, but not real old, just sort of lounging around. Goes, oh, look what the cat dragged in. Nice of you to join us. Have you quite recovered?
There's a cat now.
I
So
mean,
that your animal identification skills don't seem to be up to much because that's a chicken.
Hmm.
it is a chicken.
Yes.
We've checked.
The chicken, very funny.
It's
very
Definitely a chicken.
It's a very smart
funny.
chicken.
So, I just wanted to know where my hand is and where's the money.
What? A hand? Wait.
Does
What
she
do you
look
mean
like
by
she has
hand?
both hands?
Okay, like you guys don't know.
No, we really don't. I was so fucked up last night. We're trying to piece everything together. We've heard something about a wizard. As you can see, I've been turned blue. There were
I point
explosive
to Richard's
rocks.
character. He's got no pants.
He doesn't have pants. There were giant bats in a closet. Like, can you tell us anything?
Why are you not like did someone just steal your pants?
He woke up this way.
So why
I
did you
refuse
not
to. My order has strict strictures on what kind of pants I can wear, and until I find my pants, why I can don no others or
what
be
kind of
shamed from my order.
so if I gave you pants you wouldn't wear them?
It's
Not
a
unless they are my
sartorial
pants.
oath.
It's the principle of the matter.
Oh, knowing you
I have
got
to go into the desert for 40 days and 40 nights with a new pair of pants to make them mine. So it wouldn't really help in the immediacy.
what I know about you guys, that makes sense. Yeah, I hear reports and you're blue and you have no pants, so I believe that you guys were intoxicated. Let me fill you in a little bit. Last night, someone, I'm sure you don't know who, and a bunch of people, so there was more than just you, brought a bunch of cats into the old city and dumped them in the dogs over there where all the stray dogs live. And there was mass chaos here, and in the confusion, I mean, people are running around taking care of stuff. You guys broke into Nifton's knickknacks. You stole a big, well, not a big, but you stole a chest full of coins that were all platinum coins, a whole lot of them, to be precise. And you stole a certain magic item that we were getting ready to sell to a wizard from out of town.
What was the magic item?
He's not the kind of guy you like to disappoint. You already know since you stole it. It's the hand. It's a desiccated hand. Legend has it it's the legendary hand of this ancient lich person called Vecna. I'm not sure.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, you guys took it.
Oh no.
And I need it back.
I hear his head is more important.
I just show my hands. I'm like, I don't.
Right. Well, I tell you what. you know, I was gonna just demand it or kill you right now, but to be honest, I think it's fucking hilarious that you're blue and you have no pants. So
It is funny that he has no pants.
we've got people everywhere, so we'll know what you do. Um, don't leave town, and I want you to come back by midnight with the hand and the money, or else we're gonna have a problem.
How much money was it?
It was quite a lot. Big, heavy chest, several platinum bricks in there. I need it back. It's not like you could just go spend a platinum brick in a tavern.
It's not like we could just bring you back an unknown amount of money either. I mean, you say a lot. I mean, I'm usually broke. 2 gold is a lot.
This would be, I don't know, I think the term is shitload.
Is that more than or less than a metric ass ton?
That's about the same.
Okay.
No, about the same.
So a lot of money and a back scratcher +4.
Don't think it's quite a back scratcher, but yes.
It is if you're brave enough.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Well,
Oh,
what do you
and,
have to go on? I mean, some people saw this. You say that she took it. I mean, can we talk to some people that saw us do it so we can know where to start? What to do?
Oh, well, Nifton's right over here. So he brings out Nifton, and Nifton kind of looks at you guys all, and he's a little nervous. He's under the gun too. He's like, "Where's your friend?"
Which friend?
You know, the one that when I said no, stop, don't steal that, jumped up on the counter and peed on me.
No, we just assume that we don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I need to have a word with him.
You and half the town, apparently.
He might be this chicken.
She denies it.
She doesn't, you know, he stares at her hard, and she doesn't look intimidated.
Does she pee on him?
She does not pee on him, no. All right. So that's it. You guys have, what, 12 hours now? Have fun.
Got it. Well, we know it's noon, so.
What? I've just said it. Can you tell us what day it is, just so that we know what day it is and make sure? I assume we did all this in one day,
Yes,
evening, whatever.
It's Saturday.
Right, and that is the next day after we last remember,
Yes.
right? Ah, good. Well, that's one mystery cleared up.
Where did all
And
the
this was
cats
a
come
whole
from?
week.
You said there were a bunch of cats put in with the dogs. Where did the cats come from?
I know.
I think
Make
that's
it a
where we
point.
start. We need to find out where those cats came from.
Yes. Then we put them
Okay.
back in the dog district, and then everything will be revealed. We'll just redo everything we did last night.
Well, that would have been the first bit of larceny that we did was steal the cats. So let's find the cats.
Yeah.
Where would one get a number of cats in this village?
Or is there a tattoo parlor nearby?
Oh, there's probably one in the Dockside district.
Mike could take a look there too.
Any idea who turned me blue?
I don't have much use for turning people blue myself.
Yeah, I don't either. Mm-mm. All right. So where should we start? I mean,
Well, why is it named Cat's Keep?
Why is it named Cat's Keep? Well, I can tell you.
Is it just one giant litter box in there?
No. The official. Let's see here. No, Cat's Keep is a section of town. It's the baronial castle is there. A lot of the government offices is there. The tower is there where they house the criminals. The courthouse. There also tends to be a large population of feral cats.
Ah, this is probably where the cats came from. Let's go
I
talk to
checked
some
my
people.
legs. Are there lots and lots of scratches on my legs?
Yes. In fact, all of you have lots and lots of scratches on you.
Well, I didn't want to go looking at other people's legs. I thought that would be impolite. So we could only check my own there. But okay, so that means that I lost my pants before we got the cats. But we definitely got the cats from somewhere. That's another
Not
mystery
necess-
solved.
Not necessarily. As
Well,
you said, we had all scratches on us, so the scratches
Right.
doesn't.
But if I was wearing trousers, the trousers would be torn up, not
Depends
the
how
leg.
deep they scratched.
Maybe they tore your trousers off.
Maybe they
If it
did.
is,
Maybe they
some
did.
cats are going to be very upset with me.
Let's go to Cat's Keep and talk to somebody to see if they remember us.
I think they remember us.
Maybe we left my trousers there as a down payment for all the cats.
Trousers is down payment for cats.
Hopefully, nobody recognizes us as the jailbreakers.
Up to you. What are you guys doing? Gonna head to Cat's Keep.
Yeah, I think so.
Sounds good.
See what's going on.
You have to go all the way around. And as you kind of are leaving the old city, you cut through this alley. And ahead of you, you see these two sort of short, gangly looking greenish creatures. They're goblins. But they have these weird, funny hats on. And one of them says in broken comment to you, stop, give us all money, we let live. And they're moving like kind of jerky, like someone has, like these are like goblin robots or something, except that, I mean, they look like real goblins to you.
Are goblins a regular part of the community here?
They're around from time to time, but they're generally frowned upon. The old city or dockside is where you'd see them, so it's not unusual to see them here. But it looks like you've got some bandits or thieves that are attacking you. Somebody roll a surprise. Make a surprise roll on the doors. You only have to roll a
I
2
know
or
it.
higher.
Boom, I'm good. 2.
Okay. So we'll just do the group surprise roll. So you also aren't surprised by the 3 goblins that come in from the other side, and they're moving sort of jerkily too. And the one goblin takes a step forward and goes, I said, give us money or we will kill you.
Seeing as I
No,
have a
you
hatred
didn't.
towards orcs and goblins, I'm just gonna put about a yard of arrow through somebody's head.
Okay. I'm going to give you a free shot because their reactions are not the quickest. So go
Sure.
ahead and do that.
So a bow has a rate of fire of 2.
Yep.
So here we
Wow.
go. First shot is going to be 3, 4, 5. That's gonna miss.
That's going to miss.
Second shot. Ooh, that might hit. 13, 14, 16.
That does hit, yes.
Yeah. It doesn't do much damage, but I get a +1 because it is a goblin to my damage. I can get it.
Oh, have you got favored enemy? Is that's
So 3 points of damage.
Okay. Ow. It's not down, but it's hurting. So just like in Bert's regular game, is anybody casting this round?
Can any of us cast?
And anyone? Yeah.
I don't know if any of you can.
No.
Okay.
Well, no, cleric. Can clerics cast?
Maybe not to level 2, but I don't. It depends on the system.
Okay.
Generally, you've got the one spell, and generally, as a cleric on level 1, you take heal.
Yeah.
Nope.
Not
Level
saying
1
that's what
cleric is
And
no
I'm
spells.
third, I'm just saying. Yeah.
So D6 for initiative. Richard, why don't you go ahead and roll for your shot?
Well, we have a 1. So
I
I'm continuing on with our great start.
I rolled a 6. So they will go first. The 3 from in back of you start to lurch forward. One of them can't seem to move quick enough. But 2 of them come up and they will chop with their short swords. Let's see who they're gonna get. Okay, the first one attacks the dwarf. And I'm not guessing your armor class is 8.
That's marvelous.
Okay, so it misses. The other one is going to attack Brother Johan from the back. And I'm not guessing a 7 hits you. All right. So from the front, the 2 come forward. One of them, of course, is going to attack the one that shot him, Phineas. And I'm rolling really badly. I'm going to use another D20 because I'm guessing your armor class is more than 6.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And let's see who else. The other one's going to attack you as well. And does a 15 hit you?
No, I have a 16
Okay.
armor class.
Nice, nice. So these are really ineffective bandits so far. And you guys are up. Richard, what are you going to do?
I will pull out my shield and my mace and have at you. And I will run into the combat screaming, "Give me my pants!" That is my new war cry. And I have rolled a 4, so there we go. I trip over something and splat.
You did not be effective without pants.
Apparently not.
Okay, Dion, what does Lady Pearl do?
She's gonna don her shield and spear and go up and
All right, what spear are you using?
it's just the standard D6 spear
You're
that
you're
can be
using a
used.
regular spear. You're not using the one that you found in your pack.
No, just the
Okay.
regular one. Old pokey. I rolled
You-
an 11, and I get a +1 to hit. So 12.
12 does not hit.
Okay.
And when you miss, you hear this voice in your head. I could have told you that was going to happen. He was me. Jameis, what are you doing?
What I want to do, because I'm a sneaky thief, is get into the middle, or at least in between 2 of them, so that when they go to attack me, I duck out of the way and they attack each other.
Okay.
I have no idea if that's even possible in the system, but that's what I want to do.
Okay, no, we can do something like that. Like maybe
Yeah.
you dart back in between them, and you want to make it so that they attack each other.
Yeah.
Okay,
Basically, they're going to attack me, and as they're slow jiggly robots, they just go point.
I like that. I like that, and not specifically covered by the rules, but fuck it. Make a dex roll.
Okay, it's a possibility. It's a 15. I have a dex of 16.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
let's
and they're
see
good.
here. You get nicked as you run in between them for one point.
Ow, that's 25% of my hit points gone.
But they both hit each other, and they each do 5 points of damage to the other one. So yeah, that's kind of neat. It's kind of neat. I like that. What is Brother Johan doing?
Brother Johan is going to try to knock one of them unconscious with his mace.
Okay.
And I'm guessing a 5 is not on the money.
Now. Nope. And Phineas. What is Phineas doing?
Well, now that Phineas is engaged in melee, he's going. Can I drop the bow, draw my sword, and attack, or is drawing the sword? Yep.
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
So D20 plus my bonus is 15.
That will hit.
Okay, longsword does a D8 plus. Do I get a plus to damage? I do not get a damage bonus. Okay. 7 points of damage.
Okay. So describe to me how this guy bites it.
Oh yeah, so this is like it's like a Yedo, if you're familiar with the Bushido technique. So he pulls it out of his scabbard and just goes up this from like crotch to chin on the draw.
Okay. Next round. Lady Pearl, why don't you roll initiative for your side?
It's a D6, you said?
Yep.
Boop. That is
On the 3?
a 2 that I rolled. Do I
Okay.
get a dex bonus?
Yeah, do you have a dex bonus?
It's a +1 for like AC and stuff. I don't know if that matters
Okay,
for initiative.
it's simultaneous then.
Okay.
It's simultaneous. So I'll let you guys go first. What are you doing?
But poke someone with the spear again. The regular spear. That is a 13.
That will hit.
All right, and that is a D6. And I do 1 extra damage, so 5 damage.
Okay. Doesn't put him down, but it hurts.
Doink.
Jameis, what are you doing?
I think I should do that same trick again because it worked pretty well last time. But I also got hurt last time. So.
Oh, yeah, you can try that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So this time I'm gonna have you make your Oh, okay.
I rolled under dex.
You rolled under dex. Okay. So you are able to get through without getting
Injured.
nicked this time.
Yay!
They, however, made their attacks, and since you were able to make it through, they stabbed each other. They both hit, and they basically like one hit his companion in the gut, the other one hit his companion in the like right in between the eyes, and so they both just kind of stand there and before they fall down. Okay.
Never send a robot to do a goblin's job.
Yeah, exactly. Brother Johan.
Try to give him another bonk on the head. rolled one worse than last time.
Okay. That does not hit. Phineas.
I had 2 on me, so I am going to
No, you
reverse.
only have 1 because you killed the one of them.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, but there's 1 left.
Yes.
So I'm going to reverse that sword stroke and hit the other one. No, I'm not.
Okay. And Paxton, what are you doing?
Well, I summon up all of my martial courage and prowess and use Blink of the Dice Demons. They have the highest die roll. So I roll a natural 20 to
Okay.
hit them. And then I guess I just do damage.
You
Which
do.
is...
You're basically, when I do critical hits in Swords and Wizardry, we do max damage +1.
Oh, in which case I do 7 points of damage. I don't need to
Okay.
roll any dice.
That is what you needed to end him. So describe to me how he bites it.
Well, I have a mace and I have just fallen down. So I will stand up, and as I do, I will sort of bring the mace up so that it clunks him on the bottom of her chin and sends him flying backwards as hard as possible.
Okay.
Collapse into the ground.
Okay. So since it's simultaneous, they get to go now. The 2 that Jameis ran in between, they went when they attacked him, but they hit each other. The second one back there is going to swipe at Brother Johan. And I'm not guessing a 5 hits you. And the other one in front is going to take a swipe at Paxton there. Or no, he's going to take a swipe at Phineas, because Phineas just killed him. So as you're being killed, he rolls a 5. As he's being killed, he rolls a 5. So yeah, I'm doing absolutely nothing. And next round, there's only 1 left. So let's see. I think, Jameis, it's your turn to roll initiative.
Okay.
I rolled a 3.
5.
Okay, you guys go first. What are you doing?
I'll let the others take it out.
This is the one that
Okay.
I'm fighting, right?
Yes,
I'll poke it real quick,
go
hopefully.
for it. Go for it.
That is an 8, so that's gonna miss. Actually, I'm gonna use my card to do the one-time advantage.
Okay.
So the other roll is, come on, big money, big money, big money, big money. 12 plus 1 is 13.
That will hit.
All right, so d6 of damage plus 1. That is going to be 6 damage. It looks like. Wait, it's still rolling. Dice physics. 4 damage.
Okay. That will end him. So describe to me how that happens.
Perfect. I wanted to do this. I was visualizing it the whole time. So Pearl just goes in, stabs it so the spear goes like slightly into the body, wraps her shield around it, and like hugs him in closer while pushing the spear through the rest of his body so it pokes out through the back, and then is going to release the shield and just headbutt him off her spear into the ground.
Oh, nice. You as you end the goblin's life, you hear the voice in your head say, "Oh, that was pretty good, but I could have done better."
Guys, I have voices in my head right now.
Is that new?
Yes. I think it might be the spear because it told me to use it instead when I drew my spear, but I'm not magic user. I don't know this stuff very well. I think someone's fucking with us.
So, knowing goblins well as they are my hated enemy, I will look over the guts of these goblins. Are these really goblins?
You can look at them when you are, after the fight, and they're these weird little boxes with runes on them, and they have like these really thick wires that are pushed into the heads And it's if you had to gather a guess, it would be some sort of magical device that was affixed to their brains that is controlling them. You've never heard of something like that, but that's what it looks like to you.
Pearl, you've already got voices in your head. Why don't you put one of these on and see what happens?
I'd rather not.
Hey, Pearl, if it's talking to you, see maybe where you picked it up. Is it the missing artifact, or is it from somewhere else?
Well, they said the artifact was a hand. This is a spear.
Oh, good point.
I put my spear away, I pull it out, and I unwrap it real quick, and I just hold it. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, can you understand me?
Well, of course I can understand you. I'm not an idiot.
Oh my god, the spear talks. Can anyone else hear this?
No, nobody else can hear.
I offer to hand the spear to somebody to see if it'll talk to the person holding it, or if it's just me.
Okay, who do you hand it to?
Whoever wants to take it. Someone see if it'll talk to you too.
Let me see that. Take the
And
spear.
let you take it. Yeah.
Hello, a ranger. How interesting.
Well, you're okay as a spear. I mean, I much prefer a boar spear or something like a crossguard. I mean, you're kind of shoddily constructed.
I take
Your
it
weight's
back.
all
I
wrong.
think it's a great spear.
Yes, you must use me next time.
Oh.
You have no idea the energy, the power I can give you if you use me to quench the life force of these cretins.
Is this spear giving me a lawful vibe? It's with that knowledge of like wanting to slay monsters, or is this like more of a chaotic bloodlust vibe?
It's definitely a bloodlust vibe.
I mean, I'm neutral and it wanted to kill monsters, so I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. I switch to this spear and just brandish it proudly.
Okay.
Like, I mean, it's not giving me bad vibes. If anything else happens, or if it starts being like, kill your friends, like then we'll address this further. But
Yeah, nothing like that yet.
yeah, I like that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But you got a name, Mr. Talking Spear?
Never had a need for one.
Well, what's your cool title? Every magical weapon always has like some cool like Bone Gnasher or Mother Slayer.
No, those are names that silly humans and other beings give weapons because it makes them feel good. I have no need for that.
Well, I'm gonna name you Mortimer. Let's go, Mortimer.
It could be a lot worse.
Mhm.
Could be a lot worse. I like that. I think we're going to get along, you and I.
I like to kill things, and if you help me kill things,
I like
you
to
know,
kill things too.
we'll get along great.
Yes.
We gotta kill the person that turned me blue.
Ah, yes. I don't know who that was, but sure. Let's kill someone that might have turned you blue.
All right, I'm gonna stop talking to you now because I look crazy right now to my friends. I put them
Okay.
away.
Talk to you soon.
Now.
I make sure my chicken is well affixed to my shoulder. Let's go talk to these cat people.
I wonder if
Okay.
the super smart chicken can wield the magical spear. We'll test this later.
Come to think of it, I really wish we knew exactly where Galdar was.
Okay. All right. That can circumvent a little bit, but that's the card. So you get this flash, and it's just a flash of which I know would be completely foreign to you as a person. But it's like sometimes when people have blackouts, they might get flashes of things that happened. And you seem to remember Galdar arguing and climbing up into a tree with this desiccated hand and refusing to come down. And you're pretty sure the tree was back by this person's house that you woke up at.
Did anybody else kind of remember Galdar might be hanging out in a tree with the hand?
I remember you telling me that right now.
Like it.
That makes 2 people then, so it must be true.
Oh.
Still doesn't solve our money problem, but maybe that's gets us halfway there.
Could have wished for the money.
Well, if you're convinced of this, let's leave the alley going back the way we came. Or should we... I don't know. Do we want to go and see Galdor first, or continue on to the cats?
You know, nothing says safety like splitting the party.
You're right.
Always split the party. That's what I hear.
Always split the party.
All right. So, who's going with the chicken and Phineas?
Mostly with the chicken.
And who's going with the talking spear? I think we should separate up the talking things at the moment.
This is true. This is a good idea. Well, how about Brother Johan and I go find Galdar, or whatever his name is. Galdon? Ganondorf? What was his name?
Good golf.
Our friend Gidgolf, yes.
Galdar.
Galdar. I was
Yeah.
right. That was totally what I said at first. All right.
Yeah, it was.
So let's go find Galdar, and then we'll have 3 of us. So then we're an even force to be reckoned with on both fronts, and you
Okay.
3 can go do the other stuff.
As you are talking about what's going on, you hear this faint, and you're not sure where it's coming from, but you hear this faint, and it's getting louder.
I look up.
You like way, way, way up in the sky. There's this just ordinary looking peasant. You don't know, you can't see him well enough to tell anything about him, but he's like hundreds of feet up into the sky, and he's just falling
Oh,
right towards your group.
he's gonna die. I move out of the way of the trajectory.
Okay.
Anyone
Anybody
have
do
any
anything
way
else?
to catch him?
No spellcasters in the party.
I cast Featherfall. Oh, wait.
There
Can
any-
we maybe, I don't know if there's a blanket or something nearby, fireman's blanket type, fireman's catch thing? Can't think of the-
Okay, roll, let's-
Well, event
Well, are
doesn't
we
count.
all still together? Have we split up
Hey,
yet or
card.
not?
yes, no, you're talking about what you're gonna do next.
Okay, I just flip my my cape and just grab corners and
Okay. So it gets louder and louder.
As long as there's not a hay cart nearby.
He hits there's not.
Yeah.
There's not. He hits the blanket and the course like falls, but it's almost like temporarily it looks like the ground is a sponge or something, because he goes down into the ground and then kind of pops back up and just lays there and just closes his eyes and goes, God damn it. And he looks up and she even goes, not you guys. No.
yes,
I
us
don't
guys.
want- I don't want any of no.
Where's the hand? We just
Did
want
you
the
turn me
hand.
blue?
Give us the hand.
He gets up and starts running away.
I
get
throw
him.
the chicken after him.
I get him.
Okay, you throw the chicken after him. I don't know, make an attack roll.
If he damages the chicken, at least 50 other chickens are gonna appear and murder him until he goes to the next area. So we got
So
a good
like an
chance here.
11.
Well, seeing how this is a peasant and he doesn't have armor on, yeah, that's gonna the chicken, like as you throw him, he sort of makes himself an aerodynamic, just demon and hits the guy in the back and he's like tumbling. and he kind of backs himself up against the tree and goes, "Guys, look, I'm just let me go, okay?
Did
You guys
turn
have the
me
money.
blue?
You guys had all those people. I don't want anything. No,
I point the spear at him. Did you turn me blue?
I can't turn anybody any color. I work in the bar.
I put the spear away. All right. From the beginning, tell us what happened at the bar.
And what are you doing? What are you doing with Seal's spear?
Whose?
You don't remember.
Start
No,
talking, or
that's-
I'll have P. Darling just end you. She's got
I
3
tell
levels of
him-
assassin. That chicken does.
I
I
tell
work-
him. Last thing we remember, well, that I remember, was I was doing body shots on the bar, and a couch got lit on fire. That's all I remember.
Look, I do maintenance at the Calabos Inn where you guys had your little soiree last night. And it was getting pretty rowdy and pretty out of hand. You guys left and you came back and you had this it wasn't a real big chest, but you had this chest that like you were showing off to everybody. Hey, look, we got these platinum bricks. And you one of you, I think you, and he points to Brother Johan, took him in the corner and we're just, doing shots with him and getting him in a good mood. And then you, Lady Blue, whatever your name is,
Pearl. But Lady Blue is very appropriate right now.
you,
I'm not even mad.
we have all kinds of weapons and artifacts stored in the displayed around this place. Seal loves that kind of thing, and this was his prized possession, and you just kind of took it.
Well, he likes me, so I mean, we're really good friends now. But I mean, I guess I could bring it back.
Well, maybe Seal still has the platinum. Maybe we can swap him the spear for the platinum.
This is a good idea.
And did you see a disembodied hand anywhere? Like, just a hand, kind of creepy, flaky, old, mummified sort of hand.
Oh yeah, Geldar had it in his mouth.
Oh.
He was
Yes,
just
yeah.
he put it in his mouth and was all like, "Arr!" It was really kind of ridiculous. You guys were wasted.
I hope he used hand sanitizer on it first.
Hand sanitizer.
Sanitize? What is sanitize?
That
Oh,
chicken's like sitting on his chest and menacing him. It's like, all right, P. Darling, back off, girl. Come on back.
I mean, yeah, I have nothing against the. That's a fine looking chicken. Good. I mean, no. Can I go now, guys? I mean, I don't know what the hell happened. I was just falling. I took one shot with you guys, and then I'm falling, and I don't know what the hell happened.
So you've been falling since last night?
I don't know.
I mean,
How'd
I've
you-
heard of the term lightweight before, but I didn't realize it meant that people who couldn't handle the alcohol were sent into the sky, and then when they crashed down into the ground, were not harmed.
Yeah,
I
how'd
know.
you
That
bounce?
does seem logical.
I know.
How'd you bounce?
I work in a bar. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know.
Ah, are you a bouncer in the bar? That would explain things.
Does he have like a ring on, or like
No.
fancy looking, like
A lightweight
magical
bouncer.
looking boots,
Exactly.
or like
No.
something
No,
that
he
would
just
make him
looks-
survive this fall?
No, he just looks ordinary.
It's so weird. I want to test this. Can we throw him off a roof?
You
See if he
try.
bounces again.
I
Let's go.
wouldn't.
Let's go get
Wait a minute.
Galdar before we do peasant experiments.
Wait a minute. Maybe this isn't real and we're all dreaming. I
Like
heard
Pink
somewhere
Phineas.
that you can't read text in a dream. Anybody got a book, a scroll, something on them?
Yes. No, wait, that's in my pants.
Well, doesn't one of you have a tattoo?
Yeah, it says "Eat me" on his forehead, and I point to Brother Johan.
And you're able
Oh.
to read. You're able to read
Able
that.
to read it.
But
Okay.
that's a tattoo. That's not a book. Don't you need to read a book?
I just heard that you can't like read text, and that's obviously maybe we should eat him, and something will happen. Attack, P. Darling.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, we're coming up on it, so I guess there will be a part 2 to this. When that is, that'll be up to Bert. I hope everybody had fun tonight. I certainly did. I guess I'll turn it back over to you, Bert.
Yeah, all right. Well, Adam's schedule is the one we need to work around, I guess.
Well, I mean, the answer is obvious. If he can't turn up, then we have in fact eaten him.
Yes, and then we will know what has happened.
All right.
But we'll I don't know, Adam, can you do next week? And
Yeah, I think I should be. I think I should be okay. Yeah.
okay, well, then let's shoot for finishing it up next week or see what we can do for it. But otherwise, just do roll call here, Bill. So this is something you've written and you ran for the frogs, yeah?
Well, no, I was going to run it for the frogs, but the event was kind of thrown together at the last minute. And the only person that showed up when I was supposed to run for the frogs was Jeff.
Oh.
And so I ended up not running it, and I've wanted to for a while. So this is kind of a neat test run.
Cool. Okay, you got anything else going on right now?
Just Lost City of Baracus with I think there's one spot left for that in the Frog God organized play. So if you're interested, come over. We'd love to have you. There's
Sounds
a lot
good.
of other games going on. They also do 5th edition and 1st edition Pathfinder.
Richard.
Hi, I'm Richard, and while I can't guarantee I will be wearing pants, much like Paxton the Pantless, you can come and watch me play video games badly over on my channel on twitch.tv/LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now.
Limited time.
Limited time
Time
offer.
offer.
Oh,
No
No
vowel.
consonants. Oh,
Yeah,
vowels.
vowel.
All consonants, no vowel.
No umlauts. Dion.
Hello, yes. When I'm not doing TTRPGs and playing a woman with powerful thighs and arms like Michelle Obama, you can find me on Twitch under Substances Used, where I play retro JRPG video games. We've recently beaten Star Ocean the second story. We moved on today to Star Ocean Till the End of Time, and I'm losing my mind at how terrible the pauses are between animations and cutscenes. So you can come watch as I partake of substances and enjoy some of the classics with me.
all right.
Jameis.
Yep.
Oh,
When I'm not watching Dion pretend to be a lady with amazing thighs and arms like Michelle Obama. I have my blog, which hasn't been doing much. There are some interesting movies coming up soon, but we're now in Omicron red level here. So because of Omicron, we're level red, so I don't think I'll be getting it anytime soon.
High score. High score.
yeah, that'll do it. Adam, you got anything you're doing online?
Mostly it's unpublished work. It's haikus on Richard's facial hair, but still unpublished. But hope to get it out soon.
We're working on the royalties, man. We'll get it sorted out.
It's a thing. It's a thing, I tell you. Yeah, and if you found us, you know where we are. Twitch.tv/Steam Steel Murder. We stream on Tuesdays, Fridays, Sundays. This Sunday is Shadowrun using the One Roll engine system. Tuesday will be 1st edition Dungeons & Dragons. And then next week, this Friday, we will be continuing this. We'll find out, where our sword is. Actually, where the dead hand and the lots of money is.
Pants. Where's his pants?
Check out the podcast, Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. There's 11 years of podcasting goodness there. 11 years. Oh. Anyway, thanks a lot. Thanks for running, Bill. Thanks a lot for everyone playing and watching out there. Say good night,
Thanks.
everybody.
Good
Good night,
night.
everybody.
Everyone.